race fans, and welcome to the Crash Dummy Invitational. This is round one of their first season here, and the guys, they're here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and they're wrapping up practice here. And pretty good day out here today. 85-degree air temperature, winds of 2 miles an hour. Boy, that track temperature is pretty warm, 134 degrees. And the guys will be getting out here, getting ready to qualify in just a few moments. And while we're waiting for them to do that, we're going to go ahead and head on down to the track here and see just how what's going on down on track. Let's see. There's Christopher Morris. Let's see what kind of lap times he's putting up here. Right now, he's fastest on the track with the 30.686. And there's Tyler Burton. He's second fastest at the moment in the 06 machine with that 30.802. Christopher Tate, he's not on track at the moment. Let's see if Patrick is out there. Patrick Galuccio, fourth fastest with the 31.389. There's Zach Onsen, third fastest. He's clocking in so far with a 30.807. Las Vegas, actually pretty nice track to run at here. Beautiful sunny day here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good day for racing. This is a relatively smooth track as well. And guys, they'll be getting around here pretty darn well. It's 1.52 miles in length. And it does have a bit of altitude, though, 1,954 feet above sea level. But it is a nice, nice running track. It looks like we have less than about 30 seconds to go in practice here. And I tell you, this this league here, it's a little different. Some of the other ones that we've covered, they have open setups here, where a lot of the leagues that we've shown here on Rice Motorsports TV are fixed setup. So the guys are doing their own thing out there. Of course, damage is on, and they have no fast repairs, folks. So these guys are playing for keeps out here. And so it'll be very interesting to see what kind of show they put on here tonight at Las Vegas. Okay, a checkered flag is out, so they're getting ready to roll over now to the qualifying session. And they'll have 5 minutes to qualify. Now, usually they have a, for those of you who may not be familiar with iRacing, have what's called a private qualifying, where, all the cars can actually be on the track at the same time, but we can only see one at a time. And so when we get some guys on track, we'll go ahead and lock in on them and see, what kind of lap times they're putting down here. Waiting for someone to come out on track. See, I think Zach Olson might be out on track. There he is coming out now. Getting ready to come out for his out lap. Crosses the line, he'll start his first time lap now. Now we may cut away to some other drivers, because there could be other drivers that have already started their laps, possibly. And when we see some other times on the board, we'll cut to those drivers. Making his way through turns 3 and 4 there. Let's see what he puts down for his first time lap here. Olsen's going to come away fastest so far with the 31.296. Looks like Christopher Morris, he's on track as well. He's in the process of, then this could be his out lap or his completion of his first time lap. Let's see what time he gets, if it is a first time lap. No, that's the start of his first time lap. So let's go ahead and go back to Onsen here. And he just improved to a 30.819. Let's go back to Morris, and he should be coming around to complete his first time lap. Oh, looked like got a little loose there. And he must have went off course a little bit, because if you go off course or tap the wall or anything like that, then that will disqualify the lap, and you won't get an official time. So he may or may not take another shot at it. Let's jump over to Christopher Tate here. Let's see if Tate is on his way here to, this might be his first time lap. We'll see what happens when he crosses the line, if he's posts a time here. Oh, he's blinking out on us a little bit. A little bit of a connection issue. As he crosses the line. And second fastest is a 31.939. Now starting his second time. Well, let's check in with Tyler Burton here. He's crossing the line. Let's see if that's his first time lap. It is. He's second best now with the 30.923. Just bumped Christopher Tate down to third spot. Here we are back with Tate. As he crossed the line, can he get back that second position? And yes, he did it right up to the top with a 30.508. Jump back to the 06 of Tyler Burton. Let's see if he can battle back and get that pole position as he crosses the line. And is he get it? No, he second fastest, 30.720. So as of right now, Chris Tate is your pole sitter. And there's John Ballew, and I'm not sure if he's coming out or not. We only have 30 seconds to go, so he wouldn't have time to even get one timed lap in. So he's just going to decide to go ahead and start. Looks like we've got 6 cars in the server, so he'll probably just start in 6th position here. And the server about to wind down now. And there we go. Checker flags are in the air. Cars are coming out on track now, out to the starting grid. As they make their way out, there is a little bit of a gap there. There's about 2 minutes that they have. Give them time to any last minute adjustments they may want to make, maybe to their wheel settings or their, well, being as an open setup, they can make any kind of changes. I'm used to seeing a lot of fixed setups, so they can basically go and do anything they want to with their setup on their car before they hit the starting grid here. And there is, let's see. We have about 60 seconds left before the pace car will probably roll off. And as they're getting ready to get started here, let's go ahead and pull up the starting grid for you. Okay, on the pole is the 25 of Christopher Tate. Tyler Burton starting second. Row number 2, we have Zach Onsen in third position. John Ballew fourth. In row 3, we have Christopher Morse, and starting shotgun on the field is Patrick Coluccio. And in about 10 seconds time, the time limit for getting on the track should expire here, and the guys will, the pace car should take them off. Looks like it's all Chevys and one lone Ford out there. John Ballew, the one lone Ford, battling against all these Chevys. And they have 160 laps tonight. So it's a long race, but I'm expecting this will probably go along rather quickly, being such a small field. Far less chance of there being any incidents. And, of course, not having any fast repairs. I tell you, the guys, they truly cannot afford any. Any time loss with a field this size, if you have to go in on pit road for anything, yeah, you're gonna have a long day. You end up multiple laps down with very little chance of getting them back. Not too many cautions, would be forthcoming with such a small field. This kind of reminds me of back in the day when you had the IROC, though I'm telling my age now, the International Race of Champions. The guys would be in those identically prepared cars, and it was never a large field, but it was guys from all different racing disciplines. Okay, here we go. Pace car is getting ready to come in here. Waiting for that green flag. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing here at Las Vegas. Takes them down to turn one. They race down the back stretch. Coming under a bit of pressure from the 06 there, Tyler Burton. Now he's about 0.3 of a second behind the 25. Now it'll be interesting to see if the 25, that connection issue improves a little bit. Oh, he got a little bit of a wiggle there. And the 25, he's in a little bit of trouble there. There goes Tate. Oh, into the inside wall. And he didn't need that. And, boy, like I said, now that's a caution. Boy, he's lucky the caution flag came out. Otherwise, he would have been in deep trouble. The field would have definitely left him. Now he'll have a chance to go around and get on pit road and possibly get enough work done to that vehicle so as not to maybe lose a lap. Let's go ahead and run that back on the replay here and see if we can see what happened there. Let's slow it down. He's making it. He's already sideways, and he's trying to hold on to it. Looks like he might have got it there for a second. The car is still pushing up the track, and I guess he put down a little bit too much power, and then it just went back in the other direction, hard into the outside wall. And now he's just along for the ride. And oh boy, the 88. Now you see that. Let's run that back for a second, and that was so close. Now there's a phenomenon called you see how the 88 never actually touched the 25, and there's a term for that in iRacing. It's a phenomenon, and you know what? In the minute I want to call it, it escapes me what it is, and it's right on the tip of my tongue. Somebody in the chat holler out what it is, and oh my goodness, it's right on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, let's take it live again here. And there's Tate coming down pit road to get that 25 car worked on. But what it is, there's like a bounding box around the cars. And sometimes when they're really close, the software will get a little confused and those bounding boxes will overlap. And it'll actually think that they made physical contact when they actually didn't. That's why it seemed like his car all of a sudden got hit by the 88 when in reality it actually did not. So he's going to sit there on pit road, and the front is damaged just a little bit. Not sure if, well, it doesn't have any fast repair, so whatever damage, if it's mandatory damage, he's just going to have to sit there and deal with it. The rest of the field is making their way around. There's Patrick Coluccio. He's making his way back out. And we look at the rear-facing camera here. They're not around yet. We'll see if he's able to get that 25 car out of pit road, and before the field comes around. Doesn't look like it. He's still sitting there. That damage was somewhat significant, and he is indeed going to go a lap down. Tough break for Christopher Tate there as the field goes right on by. Tyler Burton, your leader. And a caution here, lap 5 of 160. And as you can see, Tate, he's still on pit road there. Now coming up on 2 minutes here. And who knows, he may be there just a little bit, a little longer. The lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to have at least one more lap of caution. While they're rolling around, though, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Rice Motorsports TV.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes all around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nice through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison.
Okay, we're back here at the Crash Dummy Invitational, round number 1 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we're here, caution, this is lap number 6, and let's see, I think the lights might be getting ready to go out on the pace car here. We'll see what happens when he crosses the line. I'm thinking they probably will. Now, unfortunately, Christopher Tate has put the car behind the wall, so he has indeed retired. And lights are out on the pace car, so we will be going live next time around. I mean, we're going back racing next time as we cross the line. It'll be start of lap 8. And I really didn't think the damage was that significant for him to retire the car, but yeah, he decided to go ahead and put it behind the wall. So that's all we will see of the 25 machine, which is a shame because he was right up there at the front, putting up a good battle there with Tyler Burton in the 06 car. Burton trying to keep some heat in those tires. He's got the 80 of John Ballou in second position, followed by the 9 of Christopher Morse. And there's the 47 of Zach Onsen and Patrick Coluccio. He's back on the, I think he got a wave around, so he's back there on the tail end of the lead lap there. coming out of turn 4. Pace car should be getting ready to go in any second now. There's the pace car in, waiting for the green flag to come out. And we're racing once again here at Las Vegas, lap number 8. Burton takes him down. Ballou, he's up there a little high, trying to settle in behind the 06 machine, trying to put a little distance between him and Christopher Morse. Burton looks like he is starting to pull away just a little bit. It'll be interesting to see, these guys should have some long green flag runs here. And see how these tires hold up. If there is a bit of fall off, see how much it is and when it happens. Oh, and it looks like he just got passed by Christopher Morse. Morse now in the second position, challenging Burton for the lead there. He's going to have to pedal a little harder, though, because Tyler Burton now, he's just about opened up a second gap on the second place car, Christopher Morse. Morse, he hasn't exactly gotten away from Ballou himself. And Ballou is also under pressure himself from the 47 of Zach Onsen. Onsen all over the back of the 88 machine. Trying to decide when he wants to try to go for a pass on the 88 car. Sometimes you may take 2-3 laps just studying the guy in front of you, setting up a pass, studying where he's strong and where you think you're stronger than he is, and trying to decide the best place to try to make your move. It looked like he backed off just a little bit. Now he starts to close in again. Just about around 0.3 of a second from the 88 machine. As they're running it wrong, Patrick Coluccio, now he has some problems. He's pulling down. Looks like is he going into pit road, or is he just, well, it looks like he got some connection issues there. Actually, Coluccio decided to retire the car, so maybe it just wasn't working out for him there. So we're back to Zach Onsen. He continues the battle with the 88, John Ballou, for that third spot. Okay, now they're actually showing, first it was showing Coluccio out of the race. Now he's exiting pit road. Now that might have been, I don't know if that was maybe just a connection issue for him or not, because you saw in the timing scoring, it showed him out there for a few seconds. And now he's stopping again. So, man, big problems for the 26 car. And he just can't get things going tonight. Tough break for Coluccio there. Meanwhile, the 88's got his hands full with the 47 machine. Onsen looking for a way around Ballou. John Ballou's putting up a good fight. Now, whether that's going to wreak havoc on his tires, we will have to wait and see. Lap 16 as we cross the line. And being as they're running open setups, everybody can pretty much do what they want to the car and set it up to suit their driving styles. And whatever they've got under them is what they feel is the absolute best feel for them that they can get out of the car. here at Las Vegas. A lot of a lot of your leagues tend to run fixed setups, so in a way you can say, yeah, you're not battling a setup, you're just battling the other driver. Of course, on the other hand, one could also argue that with a fixed setup, that setup may favor the driving style of some guys versus others, and could end up being a little bit of an advantage. But from my experience, they usually try to sometimes they'll just use the iRacing default setup, and sometimes they'll actually have a custom setup that is that will be used as the fixed setup. Now there's Malou, he's going pretty high there as they come out of turn 2. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Not sure if he really intended to push up that high. He's still able to get down pretty low there in turns 3 and 4, and he's really closing in on the 9 car, Christopher Morse. Morse under a bit of pressure there from the 88. 88 taking a look on the inside. Boy, this is going to be a battle for second position here. Blue wants that second position. He couldn't quite get it that time. They haven't quite lost touch with the leader. He's a good half a second ahead of them, but he hasn't exactly checked out. They continue to battle along, and they have distanced themselves from the 47, Zach Onsen there. Now lap 21 of 160. Tyler Burton, he continues to just not exactly check out. Actually, he's only 4/10 now ahead of second place Christopher Morse. Now 0.39, kind of fluctuating between that, and they might just be starting to reel in just a little bit. Oh, looks like he might have had a little bit of a moment there. And he definitely did, because here comes Christopher Morse right on the tail of the 06 machine. Half a second is not a whole lot of a gap between the car that you're trying to stay ahead of. Morse is going to try and make a run down here as they go to turn 3 and 4. He's able to battle with the 06. He's able to put a little bit of distance between him and the 88 of John Ballou. Still not quite able to make that pass. Tyler Burton managing to hold on one more lap. Now hopefully we can talk to the guys later on after the race and find out was the car getting better on the long runs or worse? I wonder if it was starting to tighten up or actually get loose. It seems like Burton is able to kind of fight back now. He's managing to hold on to 3/10. But boy, I tell you, Burton and Morse now, they have separated themselves quite a bit. Olsen was trying to hang in there, but now once again he's under attack from the 88. He had gotten around the 88, and now the 88 is battling back for that third spot. Blue starts to pull in just a little bit. Turns 3 and 4. But I would say even these guys are running their own personal setups, and yet they are still pretty evenly matched here. No one really showing any real advantage over the other. Neither for second and third and fourth, or first and second. Right along here, Christopher Morris. He's kind of, oh, and looks like Burden, he did a bit of a save there. And that may have opened the door this time. We'll see what happens as they go down turn one. We saw him get a little squirrely before a few laps earlier. Morris taking a look on the inside, hope that car doesn't push up into the 06, and he doesn't. Still didn't quite able to get alongside to try to complete that pass, and so he will drop back behind the 06. Tyler Burden driving the wheels off of that Chevy, trying to stay ahead of the Chevy of Christopher Morris. They are starting to distance themselves a bit from the from the third and fourth place runners, Zach Owenson and John Ballou. Now lap 29 of 160. Trying to inch his way up just a little bit, get closer and closer still. They rocket down the back stretch. Tyler Burton, he's doing a good job to keep that 06 machine up the front. He might have been pushing it, trying to push it right to the limit, and I think he found his limit there just a little bit with a couple of those wiggles we saw a few laps earlier. That's exactly what you have to do. You have to find your limits. The guys are charging you as hard as Christopher Morris is, and taking a look down on the inside. Burden slams the door shut just a little bit. Morris almost gets a nose inside. Is he going to quite get there? Not quite. He's trying to get up under there, but he just doesn't have the angle and the momentum to bring him up underneath the 06 machine. Tyler Burden's running a very good line off the corners, making it just the nature of the track. You know, every track's slightly different. You know, the angle that you take coming off of, like saying coming off of turn 2 or turn 4. He's just got a very good exit speed, which is not allowing Christopher Morris to really take advantage of any momentum that he builds up when he makes a move to the inside. So now he's backing off. He may be cooling his tires a little bit here. Going to get back up there in a few laps and take another crack at it. Still within 0.3 of a second of the leader. But they're over a couple of seconds now from the third and fourth place. And actually they're having their own battle. Looks like Ballou is just about to get by the 47, and he does complete the pass. John Ballou back up to third spot. Zach Owenson right behind him, not letting him get away. Ballou in that lone Ford out there battling against the other Chevys. We may only have 4 cars on track, but these two pairs of drivers are really going at it with each other there. Now lap 34 of 160. As you cross the line, Burton is still your leader. It's about to start lap 35. never quite he starts to pull away from the second place, Christopher Morse. Might get as far as maybe 0.3 of a second. But now here's the 9 car. He's just kind of reeling him back in again. He was down to around 1/10 of a second. Now he's kind of hanging around 0.2. So it kind of makes you wonder, is he really, is he maybe biding his time? Maybe thinking, okay, if I can make the pass, I'll make it. But if I can't, well, that's okay. We'll just keep running along here. Let's see how the tire wear goes on these cars tonight. Very good line off of turn 2 there. They rock it down the back stretch. And so we look at the rear facing camera. Boy, look at the distance they put between them and the third and fourth place runners. And there they are now, just making their way down to turn 1. John Ballou, he has definitely put a bit of a gap between him and the 47 at Zach Onsen, I'm sorry. Just over 3/4 of a second now. You go from 3/4 of a second to 0.3 of a second between Morse and Burden. Now Burden, this time he got up to about 0.4, and now it's starting to come back down again. It's like every time he starts to get away from the 9 car, Morse says, not today. Come on back here. And starts to reel him in just a little bit more. He may be trying to save his tires. He may not be really trying to pass at all. Because after a while, when you're falling behind a guy for multiple laps, you tend to find out where you're faster than he is. And if that's the case, he's pretty much just being patient and just riding along, and just enough to keep in touch with the 06. Because I was kind of doing the same deal myself. I was running Indy cars last night, and I was behind a guy, and you know how well they draft up to each other, and it was kind of a deal where I was just kind of biding my time, and made that last lap, move to the outside actually to take that position. Now Morris, he's got to be careful. He's now 0.4 of a second, getting close to it. Now he's just about a half second behind Burton. He's going to have to make sure he keeps touch with him if he loses. There's a little bit of a draft going on here at Las Vegas. If you lose too much of a position, if the guy ahead of you is making good pace, then yeah, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Now he's almost 0.6 of a second behind the 06 car. Now lap 43 of 160. Let's take a look back here at John Ballou. Now he's rolling along, and he's seriously checked out from the 47 machine. And there he is, just coming out of turn 2. So yeah, John Ballou, he's pretty much cruising along at this moment. There's Zach Onsen. He's running along in 4th. You can see there's Ballou way up the front. He's just crossing the start-finish line there. Now he crosses start-finish line. Meanwhile, back up the front, Burden continues to battle with Morse there. Morse is now back down to a couple of tenths of a second. He'd gotten just over half a second behind the 06 machine. Once again, he's reeled him back in one more time. And like I said, who knows? This just may be a tactic to just save his tires as much as possible. Now it looks like Zach Onsen, he's on pit road, making perhaps a green flag pit stop here. The car looks fine, probably coming in for fuel. He makes it to his pit box. Now there's the field goes by, so that's going to put him at least one lap down. Looks like he's going to get tires as well. Looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop. Down and away, lights him up as he exits pit road. Now, of course, you know, the other drivers are going to have to probably pit. They may be getting towards the end of their fuel run, so they're not going to have any choice but to pit here before too long. And Burden, oh, there's Burden and Morrison. Oh, and they get together. Morrison, oh, and they got together again. Oh, man, pile up. And that's going to bring out the caution. Wow. And look at, and Ballou just did. Did he, I think he might have managed to get past them. Now, it looks like Morse, he might have towed in. Burden, he's still sitting there. Let's go back to the replay here, see if we can see what happened there. And there's Morse already in the grass trying to save it. And he comes back up on the track, and oh boy, he just comes right up and hits the 06. Probably didn't have much control of that 9 car. And oh boy, talk about unfortunate for the both of them. But hey, check this out. And here comes where's there he is. There's the 88 there, John Ballou. He's coming down, and he just does get by as they're crashing above him right into first position. We'll take it live here. And Morris, he's on pit road now. He went immediately to pit road, so he's probably towing his car in, and he is the only one on pit road at the moment. Looks like somebody else is coming in. There's Ballou, your leader. He's coming in. So as they do this round of pit stops here, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Crash Dummy Invitational here on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, we're back here, the Crash Dummy Invitational, round number 1 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we're going to have at least one more lap of caution. The lights are still on the pace car here. And let's look and see what's going on here. John Ballou, he is your leader. Looks like Zach Olson, he's on pit road. And let's see, Tyler Burden, he's also on pit road. And so I guess they're having some more work done there. There's Onsen on his way back out. Christopher Morse, he's actually 2 laps down now. And Burton, he's like I say, he's still sitting on pit road. So Morse, if there were to be another caution, then as long as he's not involved in it, he would be the lucky dog, able to get one of those laps back. He might even try to race his way to the front and be in front of the leaders. But I tell you, they've been so equal on speed here that it's almost doubtful that he would be able to really get away from anybody. As we cross the start-finish line, the lights are out on the pace car. We're now at lap 52 of 160. John Ballou, your leader, followed by Zach Onsen, Christopher Morse third, and Tyler Burden fourth position. The only 4 running at this time. It remains a very sunny day here at Las Vegas. And that's another thing that, like the league owner, when he sets up the session, he can also have it to be dynamic weather, where clouds may roll in, and that can also make the the handling on the track change. It can go from a light, from a loose to a tight condition, or oversteer and understeer for your open wheel folks. Okay, they're coming out of 4, and pace car should be coming in here. Let's see. There he is. He darts off at the last second. And we got a green flag, and we're racing once again here at Las Vegas. Boy, that was a big jump there by Ballou. Trying his best to get away from the 47 of Zach Onsen. Onsen trying his best to keep up with the 88. Now the lone Ford in the field has found himself at the front, being chased by a couple of Chevys. Both Coluccio and Tate are retired from the event. Okay, looks like Morse is back on pit road. Not sure. He looked like he's a little bit of damage there on the right front of that hood. He may be trying to make some. His car still has a bit of damage on it. The rear bumper is completely gone from that 9 car. So he may be trying to get a little bit more work done to the car. He's already a couple of laps down, so it really is not going to hurt him just to get the car so it's at least handling so that he can finish this race. Because that's really what it's all about now, is just managing the race and just getting to that checkered flag. Because he obviously he's in no danger of being caught by Tyler Burden, because Burden, as you can see, is still on pit road there. Still showing in the race. He is not retired, but boy, that car has been there for quite a while. In fact, it's not even timing him as far as how long he's in the pit. So rather lengthy repairs there for the 06 car. Meanwhile, the 88 John Ballou continues. Now he's just about he's 8 tenths ahead of second place, Zach Onsen. Onsen got a bit of work to do there to catch the 88 machine. And apparently the 9 car, Christopher Morris, I guess he felt that the damage on that car was too significant for him to remain out there. Otherwise, he would have ended up putting it in the wall for sure and might have actually ended his race. So better to finish third multiple laps down than not finish at all. Although technically he would probably still be scored in that position, unless Tyler Burton managed to get out. Sometimes we've seen guys, you know, they've been on pit road for many laps, you know, 20, 30 laps. But then, hey, if you got 50 laps to go, if you're only 15 or so laps or maybe 20 laps behind the car that also pitted for a lengthy amount of time, you could ironically, you know, race your way back past him just by cranking off enough laps at the end of the race. So another reason to try to get those cars out. Both Morris and Burton have not put them behind the wall, continuing to allow them to be worked on. And now Owens, and he's seriously starting to lose pace now to the 88, just over a second. Now he wasn't exactly up there running with the 88 and the 9 in the first place. That was pretty much their show at the front. So he's probably not being able to run the same kind of pace. And that, I don't know if you heard that noise in the background. That was my dog sneezing in the background. Bless you, Sasha. She's hanging out with Daddy here in the broadcast booth. Lap 61 of 160. 99 laps to go. Wow, it seems like a long time. And look at him. Okay, it's still 1.06 seconds. He's trying his best to reel in the 88 machine. Not quite able to do it. Baloo enjoying that 1 second gap. And obviously he's got his setup working rather well. Now we've got a lot of racing for you all throughout the week here on Rice Motorsports TV. And tomorrow night we'll have other Cup cars on track. We'll be at the Midwest Winston Cup Series. And then on the weekends, more racing action continues on Saturday night with the North American iRacing Star Car Challenge Cup Series. And on Sunday afternoon, we have the North American Fantasy ARCA Series. All right here on Rice Motorsports TV. And now, boy, he's opened up a rather healthy gap here. And Olsen, he is just, looks like he's getting ready to come into the pits. He may be, I don't know if he's planning on just getting some tires. But he just was unable to keep up with Baloo there. He will, of course, go a lap down. And he's really in no danger of losing second position anyway, because Morris is still on pit road. He's 12 laps down now. Burden is 15 laps down. Let's see if he stops and gets some tires. Yep, looks like he's getting tires on the car. Both right and left side tires. Topping it off with fuel, I'm sure. Not sure if he had any damage. He's still sitting there. He might have had just a little bit of damage on that 47. Now he's down and away. And by the time he gets up to speed, he's actually going to be 2 laps down. Your leader, he's in turns 3 and 4 now, making his way back on track. And here comes your leader, Baloo. He's just about to come out of 4. There he is now, and Onsen is he's still only 1 lap down, but the leader's right behind him. There he is right there. Now, having those fresher tires, he may be able to hold off the 88. Because the 88 may have to come in and pit soon anyway. The Blue, he's been in twice. Olmson's actually been in 5 times, but a lot of that was probably just from being caught up in caution and having work done on the car. Now running with Baloo, he stopped. He's been in pit road twice. The last time he stopped was on lap 48, and second place Onsen. He of course when he just came out of the pits, that was lap 63 when he stopped. So yeah, he's definitely got his tires are considerably fresher, and you can actually see him starting to pull away from your leader there. So there's definitely a big offset going on there. Baloo probably will not be able to catch the 47s. As you can see on the battle box there that he's definitely losing ground. Of course, he got a little bit of a luxury because Onsen is a lap down, so even when he pits, Onsen will probably go by, but then he'll just be on the tail end of the lead lap. So when he does stop for fuel and tires, he won't actually be losing his first place position. So yeah, he's pretty much in the catbird seat right now. Whoa, had to look like he was almost headed to that outside wall there. Whoa, you seeing him starting to put a little bit more counter steer in there. Probably trying to push those tires as far as he possibly can. Don't want to push him too far because if he ends up putting it in the wall, man, he'll pretty much be a sitting duck there for the 47 machine. With third and fourth place continuing to remain on pit road. Both Christopher Morse and as well as Tyler Burden still getting work done on their vehicles. Looks like he's starting to get there. That nose is starting to get fixed, but it's been taking a long time to get those repairs done. There's your leader. Still has not stopped yet. We're lap 72 of 160. See, there's Olsen. He continues to go along here. You see he's 18.7.6 seconds behind your leader, although he's still a lap down. Now, for the leader, if Baloo actually were to stay out long enough, one might wonder, hey, of course, the 47's tires are going to end up falling off eventually. But there's no one else on track to actually really bring out a caution unless they just have a self-spin, which actually could happen. We saw the leader almost, he had to gather it up there a couple of times coming off of 4. So, hey, you know what they say, it's never over till it's over. Back up here with your leader. Let's take a look at their lap times and see how they're doing here. Now there's Baloo. He's in the last laps 70 through 73. You can see how much quicker Onsen has been compared to the 88 of John Baloo. And now we're about to do lap 76 here. And wait for that to update. 71 through 73, Onsen continues to be well over a second quicker than Baloo. So, you know, his tires are still performing a lot better. Now lap 74, he's just a tick under 1 second quicker than your leader. But he's definitely, let's flip that over so we can see the comparison between him and the leader. Now we're on lap 77. He continues to be quicker than your leader. That time, you know, up to lap 75 now, he's 7/10 of a second quicker. So it'll be very interesting to see how long John Baloo actually stays out there. As across that time, you see his lap times are starting to fall off about he lost another 10th. On lap 74, he was 9/10, then 7/10 on 75, now 6/10. So you wonder if he's losing about a 10th of a second a lap now. And the tires are starting to get past their optimum operating conditions here. Let's see if he's down to half a second. No, he actually picked it up again. 8/10 quicker. So he's still leaning on it pretty good. Zach Onsen continuing to, he's not, well, I can't say chop away at the lead because he is that 1 lap down. And Baloo also continuing to roll along comfortably in the lead. Onsen is 20 seconds ahead of him and continuing to just inch away ever so slightly. And boy, he's really taking that car, and he knows that he doesn't have any competition behind him now. He just needs to make it to the end. Oh, and we've got a caution. What happened? What happened? Let's see. Not sure what brought the caution out. Don't have no idea why the caution, unless it's a competition caution. You know, there may be a race control decided to just throw the caution flag. So this is going to be interesting. Caution on lap 81 here. Now this could be interesting because wow, okay, so obviously Baloo might come in and pit now, and but to see if he does pit, then that's going to put Onsen in front of the pace car. So when Baloo comes out, Onsen would get the wave around at the 1 to go. And what would be interesting is, could he get all the way around the track, get into pit road, and get some fresh tires before the leader goes green again? I mean, he would be over half a lap behind the leader, but he would theoretically still be on the lead lap, I believe. And so there's no telling here. Baloo now on pit road. There's Onsen going by. So he's now technically showing. Oh no, and he lit up the tires and he hit the wall. Oh no. And apparently he was being given a wave around and he just got a little too aggressive with it and laid down the power and just really kind of shot himself in the foot there. Not having any kind of fast repair to work on, he just really kind of messed himself up. So I'm not sure what he's going to do now. Ballou is still in on pit road. So now he's kind of just not sure what he's doing. He's just kind of cruising along. And Ballou, he is still on pit road. So they're, this is going to be, I'm not exactly sure what it is that they're planning on doing. They might have been trying to make it so that Olsen could get up there so that they could both have some fresh tires and battle uh, for the lead. But now Olsen has damage. And if his damage is significant enough, he'll be on pit road for a while because they don't have any fast repairs to use. Here he goes into his pit stall. So let's see. You're definitely going to get tires and fuel. And lap 83, you know, we're just past the halfway point. Boy, I tell you, this is going to be pretty interesting. There's your leader right behind him there. John Ballou there in the 88 car, the white car. So I guess we'll look and see. Now it looks like he's obviously sitting there. He's going to have some more work done on that 47 car. And he's got a little. Well, we're hearing that sound cut out. I'm not sure if that was just him. Whether or not that was his connection popping out just a little bit. Okay, this is strange. Now it's showing Ballou as retired. So they may have decided to possibly maybe cut this event short, possibly. And if we can, I might go look and see if I can find see if I can find somebody, one of the drivers, to see if I can get a word with them here. We'll look in the chat here, see if we can see something. And let's go ahead and look at, oops, excuse me, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can go on the chat here, see if we can find somebody. And I don't see anybody here. I wonder if they realized, let's see. Let's hop down here to their channel here and see if we can get a word with them. If I can get in that channel, I can't quite get in that channel. Let's see. Maybe I can move him up here. No, I cannot. So, boy, that's a rather strange turn of events there. And from what we're seeing here, it looks like they've decided to perhaps put this event on hold here. We have Onsen score showing as your leader, I guess, and but you can clearly see that everybody's showing as retired. So I think that's going to be that's probably going to do it for now until I can find out what's going on here. But yeah, hey, this is the first time for everything, folks, and you probably saw it here on Rice Motorsports TV as well. I've never seen a race just kind of come to a stop, so I can't wait to find the information on this, and we'll get back with you next week. We'll probably get a word with some of the guys to find out what happened and what it was that they decided to do. But we want to thank you for coming and checking out the broadcast anyway. You're here with the Crash Dummy Invitational, round number 1 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And don't forget to, like I said, all of the other racing that we have throughout the week. Don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends and families, and subscribe so you'll know when we go live next time around. And for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.